Hey guys, Steph Van Epps here. I wanted to just come to you today and talk to you about nutrition. For a lot of us, we're starting on kind of a health journey, and so that usually incorporates two things: exercise and nutrition. For me, it's been really easy in my life to incorporate exercise. I've always enjoyed exercise. I was an athlete in high school. I took up running in college, and then I found these videos that I loved and was able to do them at home and have such variety and work out with my kids. And so whenever I have found myself maybe even in a lull in my health journey, needing to lose weight, which I'm there right now with you, it still felt really natural for me to go towards exercise. I like to sweat. I like to get strong, and so that's not been too big of a stretch for me. But nutrition in my life, and maybe in yours too, has been kind of up and down. I know for me, a lot of that revolves around misinformation. I think in our country, we get fed just so many different things, cut carbs, cut sugar, eat this, don't eat that, and it's overwhelming, and it also leads to giving up easily because there's so many different choices and things to pick from that maybe we cut carbs for a week and we didn't see that immediate loss that was promised, and so okay, I'm gonna cut sugars, and we do that for 2 weeks and we're not seeing that immediate loss that was promised, and we're not sticking with anything, we're not sticking it out. So when we're focusing on our nutrition, we're really focusing on the quality of food that is going into our body. 70 to 80% of our outcome, of our success in this journey, and this is whatever your goals are. This is not necessarily weight loss. This could be blood pressure. This could be cholesterol. Maybe diabetes runs in your family and you're worried about that. So whatever your goals are, really 70 to 80% of your outcome is going to really revolve around what you put inside your body. So a lot of times what happens when we start this new lifestyle is we do a couple of things. We add exercise, we take away calories, and we also take away maybe some of those foods that we've been eating that we are learning are not great for us. In our country, we have at our fingertips the ability to eat food that is really not food. Anything that's really in a package or a box is going to be filled with more ingredients that are fake than ingredients that are real. And so a lot of times all the things that we're putting in our body, it stresses our body out. We don't know it because we're so used to it, but it does. And so when we start to take those things away, our body is almost like, it's like detoxing, it's coming off of all these chemicals and processed food that we've been eating. And so when that happens, what you'll find is that you might be tired. You might have a headache. You might feel lethargic. You might feel crabby. Might be prone to yell a little bit more, to get frustrated with your kids a little bit more. And you might start to have cravings. And you're going to crave all those things that you have decided to cut out. Now, cravings in our body a lot of times are just a miscommunication between our head and our body, And let me give you an example of this that was given to me that I feel like was really good. If you were to eat a bowl full of broccoli, now maybe you don't want to eat a bowl full of broccoli, but if you were to eat some really good broccoli, roasted broccoli with some coconut oil and some garlic powder, if you were to eat this bowl full of broccoli, you would eventually get full, okay? You're going to eat broccoli, and your mind is eventually going to say, you're full, stop. And that's because broccoli and coconut oil and all those things, they contain nutrients that our bodies need. And so once our body is being fed properly from the inside out, it's being fed, then our mind is able to say, cut it off, we don't need it anymore. Okay? Now, if you were to take a bag of Oreos, one of those rolls of Oreos, you're going to start eating those Oreos, okay? There's no nutritional value in an Oreo. There's nothing in an Oreo that's going to say, that's going to be able to tell, our mind, oh, you're getting everything that you need, so stop eating. And so what happens is that we just keep going. Our bodies just keep eating because our mind is saying, well, I'm not full. I'm not getting anything from this, but I need these nutrients. I need to be nourished. So I guess keep eating. And pretty soon, you've eaten 5, 6, 7 Oreos, and we're just pounds and pounds heavier. right? So we have to make sure that we're properly nourishing our bodies. The best way to do this while on a fitness program, is through Shakeology. Shakeology has nothing artificial in it. Okay, it has no artificial ingredients, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial stimulants, no artificial colors, flavors. Everything that is in Shakeology is a natural food source that has been condensed into a 160 calorie shake. Now, the benefit of feeding your body all those nutrients that it needs, and one shake of Shakeology is worth 5 plates of salad. So, even on my best day, I'm not going to be eating 5 plates of salad. It's just not going to happen. And so what happens is when our bodies are getting all the nutrients that it needs, that it so desperately needs, is that all those feelings that we're feeling when we are cutting our calories and when we are taking away those foods that we've been eating, those go away. All of a sudden we don't have the cravings that we had before. Think about our broccoli example. We're filling our Shakeology is like our broccoli, all right? So we're filling our body with the things that we need, and so our mind is saying, "Oh, you're not hungry. You don't need that. You don't need that chocolate that you think you need. You don't need those chips that you think you need," right? Because it's getting all the things that it needs to be healthy. Okay. The other thing is that we have natural energy. Sometimes, like I said, when we cut our calories, we take away all these foods, we can feel crabby, we can feel lethargic, but because of the density of nutrition in Shakeology, that gives us such natural energy that we are going to feel good to be able to do our workouts. I know for myself, I was absolutely addicted to caffeine. I needed coffee and I drank it about 4 times a day. And I would sit on my couch at about 3 p.m. when the baby napped, and I would just think to myself, what is wrong with me? Am I getting sick? Like, what is wrong with me? Because I, even on that 3rd or 4th cup, I didn't have energy. I felt exhausted. I felt so tired, and so what would happen? I would drink that cup of coffee, and then towards the evening, that caffeine would kick in, and then I'm up until 1, 2 a.m., and it's just this vicious cycle where now I don't need to drink coffee during the day. I get up way before my kids, and that is with also still getting up in the middle of the night with the baby, and that has to do with diet, that has to do with exercise, and that has to do with feeding my body properly with the nutrients that it needs. And the way that I get that, and I ensure that, is through Shakeology. It absolutely 100% supports a new lifestyle. It makes it easier, you guys. Okay, how many times have you started something and then it got real hard and then you quit, right? This makes it easier. The other thing I want to address, 2 things real quick, is that Shakeology is not like any other shake, okay? It's not like any other protein shake or weight loss shake or anything like that on the market. And here's the reason why. Like I already said, it does not have artificial ingredients. If you have a protein shake or a meal replacement shake or something in your pantry or cupboard or whatever right now, just go to it. Can you pronounce every single ingredient on there? Do you see that it has artificial sweeteners or artificial flavors or artificial whatever? If there's anything fake in there, it is actually counteracting the efforts that you are trying to do. And losing weight or lowering cholesterol or blood pressure is hard enough. We don't need to make it harder on ourselves. We don't. And it's unfortunate that we live in a world that there's an industry that preys on people's need to look from the outside a certain way. And what Shakeology is going to make sure that happens is that you are actually healthy from the inside. There are a lot of people walking around that we might think, we might look at them because we've been told from whatever, the world and the media and everything around us, we might look at them and say, unconsciously think, oh, they're healthy because maybe they're at a certain weight or they look a certain way. But in reality, those same people, who knows what they're putting inside their body. And if our insides are not healthy, then we're not healthy. It's fake, it's a faux health, and that's not what we want. Health starts from the inside out. and you want to make this journey, this life change, that's going to take time and it's going to take effort. But let's give ourselves a little grace. Let's ease up a little bit. Give our bodies what it needs. And it is found absolutely in Shakeology. Sometimes people will say to me, well, I could buy food. I could just eat food. I could buy food that's cheaper than that. Okay. Well, let's compare apples to apples here. Like, yes, of course, I could go and I could get ramen noodles for $1, but it's not healthy. When I go to a restaurant, if I'm going to order a salad, I'm going to pay $9, $10, $11, $12 for that salad, plus tip. I mean, who knows, depending on the restaurant, like you're $15 deep and you ordered water, and so we have this chance with Shakeology to have a complete meal, complete healthy, nutrient-dense meal for, the same cost as eating healthy, whole food, except that Shakeology is filled with 70 superfoods that if you were to try to buy on your own, it would be hundreds of dollars. Superfoods that help reduce inflammation, that restore your GI tract, that clean out your gut, that build your immune system. Okay, things that our bodies need and will just flourish on. And the last thing that I want to talk about is flavors. Okay, there are tons of flavors of Shakeology in general. We have so many recipes, you guys. So if you have tried Shakeology and you're kind of just like, I don't know if I really like it, which I know that there are some of you out there, okay? We have so many recipes. We will find you a recipe that you like. This is not about, any other shake that you have tried where you're like, oh yeah, I really like the taste of this shake. Okay, that shake, that protein shake, or that meal replacement shake, or whatever, I would, bet my left arm that it's filled with a bunch of crap that you shouldn't put in your body. Okay, so when we're talking about Shakeology, we're talking about it being a whole food, and a lot of times we have to our taste buds have to come off of all that stuff that we've been eating. It has to get rid of those tastes of chemicals and things that we're so desperately used to, so that we understand what whole food really tastes like. And so when we do that, Shakeology is great. And you're gonna crave it, and you're gonna want it, and you're gonna feel the benefits of it. So if you're not finding a way that you like it yet, let me know, because I'm gonna send you 100 different recipes, and we're gonna find a way to ensure that you get those nutrients into your body, so that you're not fighting an uphill battle in whatever goals you're trying to obtain. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope this was informative, and I hope that you really see the value of Shakeology, you guys. That it's not just it's not your average meal replacement. It's definitely not just a protein shake, okay? That it is meant to fill in those nutritional gaps that we are lacking, so that our body can function properly the way that it was meant to function, so that we can, perform and do the things that we were meant to do in living this life and be the healthiest that we can be. So I love it. I hope you're loving it. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.